I'm Ashley Rose Nova. I'm with TWM News, the Wrestle Movement. How are y'all? Both of y'all. How are you doing?
We are doing great. Thank you so much for asking. Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you for doing this. I just want to ask a few questions. I hope that's okay. For one, I would say y'all are probably like one of the best tag teams, especially women's tag teams. Y'all are charismatic. Y'all have great chemistry. You can tell that, both of you have a great friendship. For people that are unfamiliar with both of your careers and coming from Australia, coming to the States, can you describe your journey coming over here?
Gosh, yes. I love talking about our background, backstory, relationship, friendship. So Cassie and we actually went to high school together. So that's how long we've known each other. We're going on, I think it's 17 years of friendship. We originally had like a little hidden rivalry on who was the biggest wrestling fan, because we were the only two wrestling fans in our high school. But as soon as we actually spoke for the first time and Cassie joined PWA, which is where I was training at, typical sparks fly and we became best friends. And honestly, our journey ever since meeting and speaking for the first time has been like intertwined. I always get that word wrong. Intertwined. You know what I mean? We've done everything together. So we were training, we were wrestling each other together. We had our tryout together. We moved across to America together. Everything's been together, and now we're in Impact together. Current tag team champions. So everything's been done together, which I love because she's the best.
Oh, ditto.
Ditto.
That's great. Cassie, what about you? Did you have more to add to it?
No, I mean it's crazy. We have the exact same story. We grew up wrestling fans, like Jess said. We had a hidden rivalry, and then when we actually like talked and realized, how similar we are, not only as people but as like dreamers. Everything just clicked, and like Jess said, it was like the heavens opened up and two soulmates met for the first time and actually clicked and bonded. And ever since then, we've just been on this journey together. And I could not picture these last 10 years of my life, especially without Jess. I do not think I would be where I am today right now if this journey hadn't have been the both of us.
That's great. I'm so happy to see you both together, especially at Impact. I was so excited and I was so happy. Since you're called, the inspiration now, what inspires both of you as a tag team and individually, of course, in everyday life, wrestling, whatever you want to share with, everyone?
Wow. It sounds so corny and cliche, but in my heart of hearts,
I know what you're gonna say.
Cassie inspires me in every single way possible, and it's every year. Her birthday's coming up, so every year I kind of reflect, and every year I'm just blown away. I'm just like, what else can she do for me? And it's really incredible. So she definitely inspires me the most, especially as a tag team, as a friend, as a woman in this business, as an entertainer, as an athlete. I owe a lot to her. And, obviously my family do inspire me a lot to kind of always push myself to try and succeed and to make those dreams that I have come true. They've always been my biggest supporter in chasing those somewhat crazy dreams that people label them as. But like Cass said, we're so similar in terms of we like to dream big and not just do that, but like achieve them and work our, ASSES off to fulfill them and make them come to fruition, word of the day. I definitely have to say Cassie and my family.
What's funny is I swear I'm psychic. Either I'm psychic or I just know you too well, because I was going to say the exact same thing. Jess and I have this thing where, and I feel like anyone can tell you this just by kind of watching us in the ring. We both have our strengths, and Jess's strength pulls me up, and then my strength pulls Jess up, and it just, we lift each other up. So without her, I couldn't do any of this without her. That's why, you know, we say we inspire each other, because I couldn't do it without her. As far as a tag team, I think we inspire ourselves.
I think we do.
Well, we do, because everything we do in the ring, it's literally who we are as humans. Like outside of the ring, we are the exact same people as what you see on TV. And so we'll say little things that just to make each other laugh. And then we think, oh, that would be, you know, if we think that's funny, I'm sure other people think that's funny. So let's do it on TV. Let's add it to, you know, our characters, and hopefully everyone else can enjoy it as well. So everyone's really getting a piece of our relationship, of our friendship on TV.
That's great. You know, and they say like the best tag teams have the closest bonds, either friendship wise, family wise. And, you know, I can definitely tell, you know, since watching you two in NXT, that it's there. You have that chemistry. You have everything that's needed to be, you know, fantastic performers and stars. This is a little bit of a deep question, you know, because of everything going on in the world, with mental health, the pandemic, and since you're called the inspiration now, what can you say for those that are maybe a little bit down with everything going on, as far as any type of struggles? What would you like to tell them to inspire them to continue their dreams?
Yeah, well, Cass and I take mental health very seriously. We've been quite open with our struggles, you know, with mental health. And the one thing that we always want to make sure is that people aren't alone. Like we are here with you. You're not going through this alone. We feel the same things that you feel sometimes. I think that's the biggest thing. People need to realize that they do have support. And, you know, the hashtag Tag Me In movement campaign that Impact's been doing is incredible, because it's letting people know that they aren't alone. And we're all coming together to voice what we're going through in terms of mental health, what we've been struggling with this past, gosh, I mean, since the pandemic, really, let's be honest, the past 2 years, I feel like has pushed everyone's mental limit. So that campaign is really special, and we're happy to, you know, be a part of that, because we have to make this conversation happen more frequently. We have to be able to talk about it, so that generations down the line feel comfortable talking about it. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to kind of hide. It's something to talk about and to put out there in the world, and to, you know, get some love back from that.
Yeah, we, like Jess said, we're so open about the struggles that we've gone through. And we actually have a comic book coming out very soon. And the comic book details our struggles that we've had with mental health. I'm so excited for that to come out, so that people can get it and they can read it, and they can realize what an impact, like the smallest thing in someone's day, how much of an impact that can have on someone's mental health. And I'm really excited for that to come out, because I just think people are going to feel like they can connect more, that they can really feel like they're not the only ones going through this. They're not alone, like Jess said, and just open that conversation more and more.
That's great. You know, I think, you know, comic book is, you know, it's a great way. It's a great medium to educate. It's a great way to entertain. So that's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that you two are doing that. And I think it's going to mean a lot to fans, and, you know, and everyone that's supporting you, everyone in Impact, and, you know, maybe, you know, other, you know, people in other companies will maybe do something similar. Now, as far as, you know, we're going into Turning Point, and we're going into, of course, Hard to Kill on Impact Plus, you know, great, you know, streaming service. You know, we have great Impact events. How do you feel going into your upcoming title defense? You know, as far as how confident are you? I know you are the champions. Y'all won the first night you came out and debuted, which I was so happy We were so excited, at least, in my home, we were so excited to see you both coming out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure, isn't it? When you think, like we debut at Impact with the Knockouts Tag Team Championships right off the bat, bang. Like, okay, what do we do now? Like we have like a reputation that we want to upkeep, we want to stay champions first and foremost. Decay are an incredible tag team. Rightfully so, they earned a rematch just from being incredible champions. So I'm excited. Am I nervous? Oh yeah, because I don't want to lose. And like I said, Cass and I still have a lot to prove. But do I think we can deliver? Absolutely, because nobody has our chemistry like that. That's unmatched, and that's something that I believe wholeheartedly. So as long as we stick to the game plan, we're okay.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that first night, Jess and I were so incredibly prepared. We had tunnel vision leading into it. In our minds, we were not leaving without the Knockouts Tag Team titles. Now, Decay has had a taste of the inspiration. So I assume they've gone home, they've done their homework, and they're probably going to come in with a new game plan. But you bet your butt that we're doing the exact same thing, because we're not ready to lose the titles. Like, our goal is to have them forever, we're going to go into the Impact Hall of Fame with the titles.
Going right.
We are going right there. We're very excited for that. So Decay, good luck to you, but maybe see you on the flip side.
Yeah, I mean, they're a great tag team, Decay, they're a great, some would consider them like a unit or a faction, because, they have other members in there too.
Totally.
So
that's an intimidating group, by the way.
Yes, very intimidating.
I'm sorry, I know you didn't ask a question, but I'm going to go on here.
No, go ahead. You talk as much as you want. I'm here to listen. So go right ahead.
Oh, good. I like talking. Our debut match, we just had Rosemary and Havoc, and they are a group. It's not just the two of them. And over the weeks, we are realizing just how intimidating they are and why they are as successful as they are. Because as a unit, holy cow, being in that presence, I got to give it to them. They're doing what they can.
Nope. Preach it.
Can I get an amen?
Can I get an amen?
Hey. Is there anything, as far as, women out there, people training to be a tag team, as far as any advice or anything you would like to pass on wisdom wise?
I feel like it really does come down to chemistry, because I've seen over our extensive careers, we have come across a lot of tag teams, and the ones that set them apart from being good to being great is chemistry, because tag team wrestling is so different to individual wrestling. Competing by yourself, it's night and day. And what changes that is chemistry. If you don't trust your partner 1,000%, you're never going to become a great tag team. So I would honestly find somebody that you get along with and spend every single waking second together, because that's what Cass and I did. Even on our off days, we would be spending time together. I spent bloody 10 hours with her at a shoot a couple of weeks ago, and then on the way home we called each other in the car. It's stuff like that you just need to know each other inside out. So that would be my advice, because the in-ring stuff will come. We're naturally like athletes as performers. That in-ring stuff and cohesiveness will come. What helps that along is the chemistry.
Yeah, totally. You can teach wrestling, but you can't teach chemistry. That's something that only time will do. So I think what Jess said is the perfect advice.
That's great advice. And like I said, when it comes down to like being a great tag team, and history making, it's all about chemistry. And like I said, I you know, previously I was a little bit sad when you two got separated into singles, but you're both strong singles competitors and you're both stronger as a tag team. So I'm confident, you know, in the fact that you'll hopefully retain, but I'm confident that you will, because I want that. Now, a couple of the staff members at TWM, they were really excited and they had a couple of questions for you. They couldn't be part of the shindig here, but
love it.
they couldn't be a part of it. So they wanted me to ask. One of them asked if you two would ever consider making or producing your own type of reality show, similar to like the Bellas, or maybe like on YouTube, Netflix, a Hulu platform, something like that, because everyone would just love to see more of you.
Oh, I'll have to let our manager know that.
Yeah, good old Steve. I'm going to put him over.
Paragon talent.
Paragon talent. Steve-O, as we like to say, and we do this. Steve-O. Yeah, I think we need to let him know. We'll send him a text after this, because, you know, we've thought about that. Thought about that. I think that would be a blast. And I'll toot my own horn. I think that's ratings right there.
I would have a blast, but here's the thing. Jess and I's relationship is good when it's the two of us. When you start trying to add in other characters, that's when we kind of like, you know, we kind of go.
We shut down.
We shut down. We really do. And that's not entertaining for anyone.
Oh, so we have to be selective on who the supporting cast is.
But that was their main question. Another one is how are you enjoying Impact? How do y'all love the fans? How are y'all feeling about the fan base? It is quite different where the fans are really interactive. So how do you feel about them?
I love how interactive they are. I mean, as a performer, that's like your main goal is to, you know, get a reaction out of your crowd. And so for the Impact audience to be so rowdy, I love it. Rowdier the better.
It's all kinds of fun. Yeah. It's like, I described it as being like, not just their own community in the wrestling community. It's like, we're just kind of all in our own worlds, like just talking about the show and how excited we are. And everyone's just so positive and rooting everyone when they see them like on TV, like at the tapings. So I'm glad to hear that, you know, you were both enjoying it. I'm glad to see that you're both knockout champions. I was just so, like I said, everyone was just so excited to see the inspiration come to Impact.
Yay. That makes me so happy. Honestly, like we love hearing that we're being received well, because Cass and I put a lot of time and effort into creating the inspiration. And that's something that we're really freaking proud of. So hearing that people are enjoying it and, you know, talking about us makes me feel good.
In a positive way, you know, not in
love
a
that.
great
No, I love
way.
that. Love that for us.
Last question, you know, because I know we're running short on time and the staff wanted to know any tag teams that y'all are wanting to face, either intergender or other promotions, singles competitors. Who are you looking forward to facing in the future?
I think it's anyone who can, you know, bring us an offer that we can't refuse, because it's a privilege, you know, for other people to get in the ring with us, intergender or, you know, just the women's divisions, whatever it is. And if someone does come to us, you know, with an offer that is acceptable, that's exciting for me. You know, I like humiliating people. So people come to us, you know, we lay them out, tell them who's boss, and say who's next.
So we're accepting offers right now. We'll pass them over to our manager, Steve. He will sort through said offers. But yeah, we're up for anything, to be honest. Impact has an amazing roster, individual superstars, bloody tag teams, we're up for anything, you know?
Whichever way the wind blows. We'll be there.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's great. You know, I'm excited to see who you're going to face and who's brave enough to challenge you after Decay.
Yes.
As far as, you know, for the knockouts, tag belts. Anything else you wanted to talk about as far as, what you're both doing merchandise wise, fan base wise, anything new coming up? Cassie, I know you were doing like fitness competitions, anything you wanted to talk about, you're more than welcome to.
No more fitness competitions for me. One and done.
I thought you did great. I was so excited.
Thank
I was
you.
so
I
happy
did.
for you.
I placed really well. I killed it. Not gonna lie. Toot my own horn. Toot toot.
Yep. Toot toot.
But yes, won't be doing that again. It was a little bit too much for the old noggin. But what I would
Mental health.
mental health, yes. What I would like to let you know about, if people like to support Jess and I, we both have exclusive pages now. So jessiemckayworld.com and cassieleeworld.com. And that's where we're posting a lot of our exclusive content, behind the scenes, professional photo shoots, or projects that we have coming up. And then on top of that, we have our podcast, Off Her Chops, which is released every Thursday on our YouTube channel. You can follow us on the socials at Jessie McKay,
at Cassie Lee,
at Off Her Chops, and yeah.
And then the comic book, as you mentioned, will be available actually this week, which is very exciting. And then we've got a couple of little merch things happening maybe in the near future. So stay tuned. Obviously, everything will be posted on our socials, but honestly, we're just excited to be as busy as we are. We're building our empire / brand.
That's good. Like I said, y'all, you're both going to do great. You are doing great. And, I'm excited to see, who's coming up, who's going to challenge you. And, as far as, everyone, just check out Impact Plus, more content of you. Hopefully you definitely will be on there more. And let's see, I was actually going to ask about merch and then you replied.
I cut through there.
Yeah. The comic books, I think it's going to be very well received. I really honestly do. And just, with everything going on in the world, it's a little tense. I guess that's a polite way of me saying that things are a little tense right now. Mm-hmm. But I think it's really going to help and inspire people. And on your pages, do y'all have like together content as well, besides the backstage stuff, as far as like merchandise together individually?
Yes. So we do have everything we do put out is individual and together. So on our Instagram handles, we have a link tree that can take you right there. And then we've also got our Pro Wrestling Tee stores, which has individual and tag team merchandise. So everything can definitely be found very accessible. We like to keep it.
That's great. Also, one of the staff members wanted to know if y'all had any interest in maybe wrestling in Japan.
You know what? This pandemic is a tricky thing, I have to say. When everything opens up, my first destination is Sydney, Australia. So, but I mean, Japan would be incredible. I'd love to travel there. I think that would be amazing.
They have tag belts over there.
They do. That's true. Okay. We'll let our manager know. Let him know what's up.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much, for taking the time to talk to me and, everyone at TWM. And we'll be rooting for you on Impact Plus, going to Turning Point, and, Hard to Kill. Can't wait to see who your competitors are, hopefully in that pay-per-view. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.